On the Medical Watch, researchers may know why early puberty in girls surged in the pandemic. In the first year of lockdowns, many girls experienced what's known as idiopathic precocious puberty, which happens younger than 8 years old. Many wondered if it was due to COVID infections. But a study by researchers in Turkey suggests it may be connected to time spent in front of smart devices during lockdowns, increased stress, and exposure to chemicals in food and cosmetics, not necessarily COVID. So we know it's happening. Now, what do we do? Joining us today with tips on how to talk to our children about puberty is Director of Education at Candor Health, Katie Gallagher. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
8 years old, I think they have no idea. And if they have their first period, I can't imagine the stress of that, what they're thinking is happening, and the fear of talking to their parents.
Right. I think one thing we all have to keep in mind is these conversations might start earlier than we anticipate. Sometimes we think, oh, that's something we can hold off till middle school, and that's just not the case. So we want to talk to kids before some of these changes of puberty begin happening.
Right, or before they start hearing things from their friends, for example, and I know they don't talk about it in school until well into middle school. So we have to kind of start earlier.
Yeah, typically the programs that we provide at Candor Health Education happen closer to age 10, and so we know kids need information early, and so the best advice I would give to parents is try to remain calm and try to normalize it as much as possible, because puberty is a normal process.
Right.
And anything that we can do to help them see that this is just a continuation of the changes that have been happening to their body since they were born.
Right.
And really put it in context for them.
So how do we start and not scare them when we begin the conversation?
I think one thing that is really important to keep in mind is to start by asking them questions. Get a sense of what do they already know, what do they really want to know. You don't want to take too deep of a dive, and if your child is just wondering what to do about smelly armpits or something, and then give them way too much information that they feel overwhelmed and maybe even scared by it.
So when they have questions, so I'm picturing the conversation, right? And I'm picturing a child saying, oh, well, what about this? And if you don't know the answer, is it okay to kind of defer that, or does that make it seem more scary to them? What do you do when you don't know the science, perhaps, behind it all?
You want to keep the conversation real and be honest. So if you don't know an answer, that is absolutely okay to admit. So look it up together. Prepare yourself for conversations by having some resources available. At candorhealthed.org, we have conversation starters, tips for parents to use. So checking out that website might be a good place to start.
So one of the things you say, which confused me a little bit, is don't share personal experiences, because we all, as women, as mothers, think back to our first experience and maybe how scary it was. And you're saying don't share that.
Well, I wouldn't say completely never share. You kind of have to follow the conversation. But at the same time, everyone has a very unique experience through puberty. Not one person's experience is not the same as the next, even mother to daughter. So shying away from just oversharing too much about this is what happened to me and this is how it's going to be, because that may not necessarily be the case.
One of the things that I know you talk about is keep the conversation going. This is not one time, sit down, I've got something serious to tell you. It's really an evolving conversation as they grow.
Right, you really want to be an askable adult. You want to end conversations, encouraging them to come back with more questions. Don't close the conversation like, good thing we got that taken care of. Let them know that it's an ongoing conversation together.
And what about school? Because I know with my daughter, you know, she would have really difficult side effects and symptoms. And, you know, my inclination was stay home, you know, don't be embarrassed by this. But what is your advice on that?
Again, normalize it. There's a whole range of symptoms and ways that people feel as they're experiencing puberty. And that really would be a home decision based on the information that the parent has available to them.
Right, but I guess in the final analysis, offer them as much support as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
Thank you for your advice. It really is troubling to think that it's going back and back in time. So you can find out more at candorhealthed.org, candorhealthed.org. And still to come this midday, Demetrius Ivory.